Hi everyone, you're watching Jana FX, and in this video I'll make technical analysis for the coming week. We'll have a look at important levels and also Bitcoin at the end of this video. So I want to say, guys, that to be honest with the situation right now, I would suggest it's not very easy to trade, and maybe it's better to stay away. And I didn't make a video last week because, as you can see, guys, pretty much at this moment the situation happening on the market is exactly as I was explaining to you in the previous video. And that's why last week was not exactly necessarily to make another one, because nothing else was to say. And so in this video I just want to show you the possible expectations, what I think, and where I will be looking to place my pending orders, okay? Because like I'm saying, for daily trading it's pretty much hard, but for the longer term, and at this moment, of course, we can see that pretty much everywhere dollar is getting stronger and against other pairs, and people are waiting how low the other pairs will go and where to buy. That's the main question, right, at this moment, and that's why, like I'm saying, I will share with you my thoughts. So we're starting with euro dollar as usual, and well, I will be showing it to you in a bigger time frames, let's say a weekly chart right now. As you can see, guys, all the expectation that we are going to go lower, it's already 109, exactly is what I was telling you about, right? So and people, as you can see, because of these types of candles, you can see people are jumping into the different trades. So we have seen now the gaps, so that was another week. That's the week where I didn't make any video, but the previous way I was telling you I would have expected a continuation of the drop, and people are jumping in, and you see it's like continuing the way down. So as I'm saying, once again, you have to watch carefully the news, listen what are they talking about, and any positive news, of course, are positive for the other pairs against dollar. But this moment, dollar, of course, the strongest. And I don't see, at this moment, I don't hear any positive information about the situation. I expect that possibly euro will continue to fall. So if we will not have any good news, then I would presume the euro will drop, will smash the 107, except I think that many people will be trying to buy there. I'm not going to place my orders at 107, and I would be still expecting possibly going down to the next bottoms, which are around, you see, plus minus. I didn't point at any levels around here, but it could possibly be 105, and even the latest, the lowest one is 103. And also I will not be surprised that it could smash 103 too and go to about 1, okay? And so that's why, for example, like I'm saying, you have to be careful, depends how big your account is. So looking, for example, to buy, my pending orders would be around this area, about 103. So that means even if the pair will drop to 1, and I would be imagining that it probably will have a jump back up, because a lot of people will be trying to jump into the trades. And of course, the moment I will be in positive, I will be protecting it with the break even. So I will move my stop in the break even, because I am not going to be surprised that I'll make this like this again for you guys. No, it's not very good to do it. So you can see that previous bottom, which I pointed out, that's it, you can see it here, right? And remember, I was telling you previously, before the new year, that I see euro going down, and quite possibly it can go below $1, and I still will not exclude this moment, because at this moment, that I will not be surprised to see it go further, and who knows, even maybe to reach that bottom. But so my like I was telling you guys, I would presume the first wave again could be around 103, maybe 105, 1. So around this area, if it will be dropping dramatically, then just jump in. If it will drop somewhere and stop, then possibly just to see and wait where exactly it's going to stop, and will it continue further with the news, of course. You see, I have about 0.96, which is a little bit of these bottoms, where it could possibly stop, okay? Because as you can see, guys, this is technically the picture I was telling you is looking at the downtrend, and we have a triangle which is started to break out, okay? So it didn't fully broke, we still can correct this level a little bit using those bottoms, so that's why it's still not exactly, I'm just not changing the picture at this moment, and it can come back. Of course, it might return in, but like I'm saying, with all this news right now, I don't see it. That's how I see it, okay? So like I'm saying, be careful, all risks up to you, whatever you want to do, but I'm just sharing with you my thoughts, okay? Just it's my thoughts. And as you can see, I mean, they're quite pretty accurate. I would say 99% they're accurate, but all the decisions you have to do yourself. But that's my thoughts, that's how I think, and my plan, right? So again, to see if it will go back perfectly, then I will see what else to do. At this moment, I see if it will continue to drop. This could be also very good opportunity to buy. But like I'm saying, I don't expect it full drop unless something really bad happens, okay? But you have to bear in mind, if we're getting out from this triangle, so that's how you see from the previous the leg of it, right? So we had a leg, and it is about, you see, 33,000 points, and when we coming out from the triangle, right, so we can see from the breakout point or from this stop, so that's where you see 33,000. So we have about 26 going to that level, so plus minus lower, and we have about this area, the next bottom. So that's the pretty much a possibility of that huge move, that this could be either from that bottom right to wherever this area, so could be any of these prices, or from here going also, as you know, like I'm saying, I would not usually expect the whole length of that previous move. I would usually say maybe 50%, so that's why it is about 15,000 of that 30 something, so it is about 15,000 points for 15, yes, 15,000, because that length is about 30 something points. So if it is a half from that, halfway through, it is about these numbers. So you see, guys, technically it is the numbers around this area. That's where, if, like I'm saying to you, if it's a sharp move drop, quite possibly looking at around this area to just jump in, expecting the possible back up, protecting the trades. If it falls further, then we will see, but maybe, like I'm saying, it can fall and have a correction and then continue its way. But at this moment, you see, guys, it all goes inside this downtrend channel, and all my future expectations for the future, that it will continue to go down. So of course you can say, why wouldn't you just sell at this moment? And I had a sell where I was telling you previously, where we were still here the previous week, the video, right, when we came out from this channel, which I was telling you that yes, looking at sales, could buy here and again protect for small, go for smaller trades, but it's not like we're saying, I'm waiting usually for this kind of consolidations, and you see, if you will go on smaller time frames, it's very hard to see them at this moment. So yes, there is a double top where you could sell. Here is another one you could sell. If it will be creating here a little bit of the channel, quite possibly also to go for sell. But because it is already so low, it's a bit of dangerous, okay? It's a bit dangerous, and that's why, for example, when I'm looking to buys, I'm placing the stops in the break even. If I'm still continue, I'm just going to hold it, and it's very dangerous. Yes, but I'm calculating, so it's not going to blow up the account, of course. So you have to use the smallest smallest lot. And for example, the lowest, this is where will be, like, for example, my biggest limit by order around the lower levels, right? So right here, very small lots, because the end of the war will be one day, and the pairs will all come back. They will be back. And that's why I say at this moment, any positive news, something good happens, it will be straight the jump back. Okay, so it could be a straight jump back, and we might not return to these levels for a very long time, until something else happens, or for a very long time. See, because you see, we've been here, went away for many years, it was going up, then it started to go down. Here we also were sitting for a few years, and then it started to go up, and now we're coming back. So like for many years, then if you are getting to some sell and it suddenly turns around, you don't want to sit in it, right? You don't want to sit. So that's why, guys, at this moment, unfortunately, it's all looking quite a bit of negative. Like I'm saying, yes, possible to look for the sales, but only as a breakout, like I'm saying. If you can see it as you follow my strategy, when it is a clear little on a smaller time frame in 1 hour chart, let's say it's a smaller channel or the pattern, then yes, it's possible to place the orders, and but of course using the stops, right? So yes, then you can sell, and then of course do not forget to move the stop into break even, right, to protect yourself. But like I'm saying, at this moment on euro dollar is nothing. You see it stopped here, that's why there is nothing can be done. But for the longer term, where we want to buy, for example, and sit and wait for it to go back up again, this is the other levels I just showed you. This is where I will be looking at possible to go in and hopefully like to catch a bigger, longer term move. But do not forget to protect yourself, once again, like I'm saying, because the situation right now is very critical, very risky. That's why always protect, and see what's next. The news, of course. So that's my view on euro dollar, pound dollar, the same situation. We've collected those pins. Remember, guys, even when we were at the tops, I was telling you I'm waiting for it to collect those pins, to cover them. Okay, so and we did it. Let's say the pound done it. Unfortunately, in such circumstances, it's always something happens, and technical analysis many people don't believe, but as you can see, it's happening. But like I'm saying, it could be a matter of time. That's why you always have to remember about money management. Okay, don't forget about your money management. So that's clear, that picture. Smashing this level, which I was telling you is probably going to go through. And once again, I was telling you about the possible sales in here. Possible could stop here, turn around. So as you can see here, it was also a nice one. We could have like go for sale. And so now once again it stopped on a smaller time frame. Is like pretty much nowhere. So it's about 130 something. And so now of course when is it going to turn around? So and of course my expectation here, we are still inside this downtrend channel. So and it's respecting it obviously, but I want to see what it's going to do with this level, because it stopped just slightly above it, but you see it's a down. So what do we need to turn it around? As usual, remember to have another bottom, then we need another top, then we need another bottom higher the previous one, and then we will be able to turn it around and say that we changed the trend. But right now there is no change of the trend. Right now it is smashing the previous bottom and looking as a downtrend. Of course, expectation of the correction, possibly some kind of correction, or else, but technically. But with the all of the situation, I would expect it possibly continue to more further down. And as I'm saying, there could be one thing out there, could be that it could be a huge drop in all the pairs. That's why I keep telling you guys, it could possibly be like those big drops we saw. So if this would happen, then yes, again, the lowest for pound I see, I don't think pound will go below $1 compared to euro. I see with euro more, but with pound I don't. And we do have this, the lowest was 115 previously, right, that pin. So I believe if everything is going on now, and that one thing which can be the worst thing, going down to 115 is not going to be a surprise. Okay, so here's the heavy buy limits, would be from me, the heavy, the quite reasonable sizes. Here is a very small risks of the possible turning around and trying to go for buy. Nothing right now, nothing. So the next one for me would be 127, quite possible, and then we will see, because for example, if it will be just like I'm telling you, do not jump into, if it's moving all the time, moving down, and you're trying to jump in. No, wherever it started to try to go back, then I'm looking to jump in. Okay, I don't see it's like, okay, touch it, and but they still keep going against you and you're jumping it. No, but the possible limits here, why I'm saying to you limits, I'm placing the buy limits like in those critical areas, exactly if it will be a huge jump down, like I say with euro, if it's hugely drops and it makes a pullback. So for example, why I'm doing this, I'm placing when I'm not watching it. So if I'm seeing the situation on the market, I'm watching it, I'm not placing those limit orders. Okay, I'm watching what is happening. But when I'm aware of something, the lowest ones are in limits, just because it could be this huge drop. Because you know, when it's dramatically dropping, or like those huge moves, there will be pullback. People will be jumping in on all the way, trying to jump in, and of course it will push the price back up. But I'm saying those limits might not work because the brokers also don't want to lose money, and they will not let you to possibly jump into the trade right moment or when you want. So it could be not trigger the order. That's why I'm saying you have to really watch it and see what is happening. Okay, guys? And so yeah, that's why right now, as you can see, it's not it just it smashed it 131 and a little bit slowed down. So we'll see if it will go to 127. So like I'm saying, once again, yes, I will be looking here to place again for just in case it will have a quick fall. But if it's going to start to move slowly, something like a little bit down, a little bit, so then I will probably will not be placing it. I'll be just sitting and waiting, and then watch it if it will be, when it will be getting to that next bottom level, how it's going to react. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. So if you want to trade right now, it's very difficult. Better just to stay away. I don't go into the trades. For example, this week I didn't go into trades compared to the previous. But now it's all goes through the expectation. Remember, I was telling you that this probably would be smashed. That's why no buys in here. But let's see what's next. Okay, what's next? Because the technically we need all these corrections. We're waiting for it to turn to normal, but normality right now we don't have it. Okay, we don't have it. So that's why let's see and wait. So that's the possible 27, and of course next could be 20, and my lowest one would be 115, where, for example, like I'm saying, yes, the limits I would place just in case it will be something like this, like fast and huge dramatic drop, okay, without any thinking. So we will see. So that's my thoughts about pound dollar at this moment. It's like this. Dollar yen, I don't touch this pair, and I was telling you so the previous week that it is in a side, and which pair is going to win was really hard to say. Like you see with euro dollar, pound dollar, it's a bit more clear picture. With dollar yen, it's harder because yen is also a safe currency where the things like this happens. People are buying yen too. And here is the dollar and yen. Eventually dollar got stronger and jump out of this let's say consolidation sideways, right? Usually, like I'm saying, when this uncertainty with the pairs, when they don't know which way to move, they would collect the tops, then they would turn around, collect the bottoms, and then that's how they accumulate a bit more and started to jump up and down again. See, here we can see that it was a strong move, so it's essentially jump out and stopped above, much away from it. And so, for example, from here, now we have to sit and wait to see where it's going to go. So, because you see, if it would be just a little bit up and then coming back, then it was possible, for example, to place sell orders and then expect it to go back in and collect those bottoms, get out, and then trying to go back in, and you could have placed buy orders. So that's how you trade the sides, okay, sides, the consolidations, which I don't usually like to do. And that's why I said I don't go for dollar yen, but it's got to the point. It's still an uptrend channel. Of course, could be a bit of a correction now, could be some consolidation, but the full expectation on that move now would be is that it should finish possibly to get to this 118.50, the previous top, right? We do have the top here, there, and so yes, expectation could possibly go that, take that top and then give a bit of a pin and try to break out and then turn around. So quite possibly, if I would be looking at to do something, I would be looking at possibly placing the sell after breakout this top and then turning around. Of course, it might, what it could do first to get and touch it and then turn around. So it might just go, touch it and then turn around. So yes, probably a lot of people will be just trying to get and buy a sell straight from here. And yes, it could have a bit of a pullback. And if it will create a pin, and possibly it will be trying to go back up again and actually smashing it and maybe even go higher and then to try to turn around. So you see, you can try to see and walk out around it that way, but it's a huge move. Obviously, all the markets are waiting for those turning points. When it's going to turn around? When it's going to turn around? Everywhere it's already moved quite far. News. It all goes through the news, guys. It's all going to be there. So that's why, like I'm saying in here, at this moment there is nothing. I wouldn't here go for anything, neither for buy, neither for sell. Of course, like here, you could walk out for as a breakout to see to buy, and when it moved up, just again put your stop in a break even and see if it would have been trying to turn around, and then you could have it would have closed it with profit a little bit, or a breakout, and then coming back you could have placed your sell, and then it goes again, you protect yourself and see it goes. It was possible. Now is it broke out, you have to sit and wait what to do next with this move. It's nothing, as you can see on the 4-hour time frame, on the 1 hour, it's giving you right now nothing, and jumping into it, sell or buy straight away, it's very, very risky. So that's my view on dollar yen. Dollar Canadian is also doing exactly as I was telling you what it's going to do. It's in the side, and the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, that's the week, the previous video week, where I told you that from here they've collected all of these stops here, all those stops, then they came back, and I told you the next move is going to be possibly collecting all of these stops. That's exactly what happened. You see, it didn't go any further, and they collected it, they came back inside, and they were trying to take a new top. Okay, they were trying to take a new top. It's all also because of some Canadian news and some oil movements. It's pretty much that's what we're doing now. So again, yes, it is still inside it's a still side move, but with a little bit of progress, because it's collected this pin and got a little bit higher. Then of course my expectation now would be more towards that it will not go further down and try to collect those bottoms, but it will now continue to go higher again. And what the target could be is those bigger tops. Okay, so if we will go there, see those bigger tops. So that's my point would be, my thought would be that they would want to collect them, break out, and then again go back, and then go and try to take the others. So they kind of like I'm trying to say here is that they are sitting in that area. Okay, so they've collected all of these spots, now thinking to collect all of these spots, but without any big move because of the oil and strong dollar, but at the same time the oil prices. That's why it's not letting, if it wouldn't be Canadian dollar depending on the oil prices, then we would have seen dollar against Canadian, of course, already finishing the move. It would be somewhere at 134, whatever, something. But because of it, it's not letting it doing it. But at the same time, it doesn't lose the positions against oil, and it's not falling more, because with such high prices on oil, it should have been dropped. But as you can see, it is not doing this. It is not doing this. So that's why we have to think what to expect. And if it's not reacting that much and didn't go down, like I'm saying, yes, of course it might go down with all this oil. And if they are going to do again with all those sanctions and things, how the market would react, and in the worst, then yes, the huge jump on oil or something, and then dollar CAD might have also a big jump down, right? But because again the dollar stronger, it probably will be trying to go back up again to pick up. So that's why in here right now, see, I told you once again how you could have trade this part. Will not repeat myself because you already heard it many times, and I just explained to you with dollar yen. But now we are in the middle of that channel, right? In the middle of that channel, and like I'm saying, from here it can go down, get this pin again, get that bottom, and they maybe even try to smash it and then go back if they will be reacting on those news with oil. If you just want to keep going as it's going, then my expectation would be possibly from this channel it will be trying to go and take the stops, and quite possibly just to stay a bit on this area before it will be trying to, because obviously it has to go up because it is an uptrend channel, right? It is definitely an uptrend channel, but it all can turn around and easily can end up going down. Because like I'm saying to you, my first expectation, number one, that it will continue up, well, smashing this and still staying, and the other one, because of the oil situation and reaction of the market, could be they can't fall. That's why at this moment it's in the middle. I wouldn't do anything. Again, I wouldn't do anything because this is back in the middle of that channel. So, but that's the view how market could move. Australian dollar also moved as expected. You see, guys, like I'm saying, Australian dollar got a little bit stronger because it's not exactly, right, it's not in Europe, so it's not exactly has that much of well, kind of influence like we've seen euro and pound falling. And also the gold is going up, which is for Australia, is quite important. And so you see expectation that we will take the stop. It did took the stop, and I could a little bit correct the channel, and we're waiting for that next leg. So if we're waiting for the next leg, a possible turning around. So I can say that it's created kind of double top. So technically I would expect it go down and possibly give us that leg, and then finally this level would have been confirmed that yes, it does look like a possible turning around, but we still would have to go through this area, which could still get inside and started to consolidate. And then from here, depends on what is going on, what the news, it could continue the way up as inside this uptrend channel, but at the same time it can break this area and go down because it is still in a downtrend channel. You see, guys, we still didn't get out from this downtrend channel. At this moment, it's only showing us that it is willing to try to get out, but it's still, at the same time, it still looks like a correction of this downtrend move. Okay, it is still looks like a correction. It's tried to break out, but it didn't break out. So that's why we didn't come out from this area yet. We have to get out from this to show that yes, we're going up, but at this moment it's easily can continue the way down. So that's why position here can go either way, but at this moment technically it's created a double top, and it is goes for correction. So I would be more towards that it should continue, go way down, okay, to go down. But will this level will hold it? That's another question. So the level, if you want to price area, so it's around 170, 70, like roughly 9. Okay, but also I would say possibly 171. So let's say that could be the price, 171, where it can go, cover that pin, and then we'll give that bottom, or we'll be trying to smash it. So here, so it might go for a little consolidation, and then you can see it might create double top. So of course, for example, it's not very nice around here is a entry point. That's why I don't go into these trades at this moment. Like I'm saying, I don't go for Australian dollar. I mean, yes, it's creating, as you can see, these little consolidations. Once again, like I'm saying, if you want to go for those smaller time frames, you see those channels, then you can go even like, let's say in here, but this is not, that must be, you see that like this one is a very, very tiny one, very small moves. So you see, you can get into those little bad moves. That's why I prefer to stay a little bit away from this kind of pairs. Rather to see euro dollar, pound dollar, gold, which we're going to look at. That's what I'm concentrating more. But dollar yen, dollar CAD, Australian dollar is kind of a little bit out of my trading radar at this moment, but that's my view. So to get into the trading here, yes, quite possibly maybe here we will have a little bit of that double top and smash in this area, like for example might go here, a little bit of correction, and then to place the sell and then see if it will continue the way down. Okay, so yes, it's quite possible to look at it, and on a bigger time frame. So just the other thing is, you see it's broke in, came back, had a bit of pullback, and then stays below the previous top. So yes, it's quite possible to just sell here, which I don't like to do that way. But for example, yes, somewhere to place the stop and then expect it to continue the way down. Like I'm saying, this situation right now, it's so not easy, but that's how I would see it. But because it's not having that little consolidation like I do like on the smaller time frame, so that's why I would just sit and watch it. Okay, and that's my view. But at this moment I only see it as a possibility, as going down. Okay, that's for Australian dollar. Pound yen, the same. I was telling you about bigger time frame. We are huge triangle where obviously it stopped here, and expectation that I was telling you a long while that it might consolidate there before it would try to do any other movements, would try to go up or down. It's because it's a very, very important area. So pretty much this is what is happening from the previous video. Well, let's go in the 4. I was showing you saw the double top, and that's the week, right, where we stayed. So it went down. You see how it's also moving, right? It's fallen. People started to buy from here, and then it's continued to wait, breaking this bottom, and now it's coming back again. So at this moment, yes, it's going down. but it's going down. But it's like I'm saying, it's very hard to get into the stress. You really have to watch it and see what is happening. Like I'm saying again, with these situations, you have to be careful because of bigger spreads, right? And slipperages could be, and that's why if you're watching it, so watch for it. I'm not going into pound yen either, okay? I'm not going into that pair either, but is it my expectation that it will continue the way down, and my expectation that they will probably will take this bottom, okay? It's the moment, the right moment to get this bottom. They probably will be trying to maybe have a bit of consolidation here, and then trying to do something else maybe, but my view is that they will collect as bottoms and they will go. They might try to get in, break it and go back in. So the point is in here, wouldn't go for any long term, okay? So for the long term, for example, if you sell and you think it's going to go much lower, or you buy and you think it will go much higher, not right now. I don't see it right now with pound yen. My main expectation that it might stuck a little bit in this, or the better expectation, it might just stuck a little bit in that area. Yes, in this weekly chart. So it might go down, break, take those bottoms, but don't go too far, then trying to come back, and then you would think it might go much higher, but no, I would presume it might go back and then just sit in here, and then afterwards it will make that big move. Okay, so they need a little bit of more accumulation. I know it's a weekly time frame, but because of this whole situation, I think they will be trying to accumulate a bit more, and then a big move. But like I'm saying, with such a situation, if really worse come to the worst, and you know what I'm talking about pretty much, then it could be that big move down. Yes, and so for example, you see, if that's the worst will happens, so then we will see possibly it could break, then maybe have a bit of a, like, you know, a pullback, and then a big drop down, which could be fast. You see, like breaking, coming back, maybe not even go up there, just somewhere stop in the middle, but break it, something in the middle, and then huge move down. So that's the worst scenario. If it would be at this, how it is at this moment, like backwards and forwards with all of this going on, not just not the worst, but it's really bad right now. Like I'm saying, I don't hear any positive yet talks, but the worst part, yes, drop. And then of course, if it will have a huge drop, who knows? I mean, yes, we have all of these bottoms somewhere, and if it is have a sharp drop somewhere, then of course you can look for a possible just a jump into the buys. Okay, jump into the buys, because like I'm saying, all the situations, it will be end of it at some point, and then of course having somewhere in those areas the lowest, of course look for the lowest, you know, like buy the lows, sell the tops. Okay, so yes, it does look like we're at the top right now, and but there is a risk which is more looking like down. Yes, so possibly to sell and then place your stop somewhere above, but it can all change. They can jump without any reason, just, you know, collect those stops if there will be a lot of them. So that's why it's a huge risk. But at this moment, yes, possibly it can have that huge jump down, then it could go possibility to jump in, because it will be definitely jumping back and then stopping somewhere and then thinking what to do next. Okay, so that's how usually markets behave in situation like this. It's through the years. It's everybody knows it, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's how I see it. Huge dramatic moves. Look for it. Listen what is going on, because it's not possible, like, even to say when you're gonna do it, because there is no even way to send a signal, like, right, to buy or sell, because it can happen in a few seconds or something. Like, you wouldn't even blink your eye and something happens and that's it, it's done, it's gone. But if they're using the pending orders, then I would not put any higher, but only in this area where it would be pending, for example, and then just can forget about it for a while and see if it will have a dramatic jump. So yes, for example, I would have placed my pending order somewhere in those lows, very lows, but in the middle, only to watch it and then see where you can jump in if you'd want to. Okay, so that's how I see it. Like I'm telling you once again, when you see the market falls, like drops like this, do not jump until it starts to turn around. Only the moment it starts to turn around, that's how I do it. When it still falls, no. When it started just slowly started to pull back, then I'm jumping in, and usually it gives you a little bit of space to move when you can move your stop into break even. So if it will continue the way, you come out from it and wait for the next possible moment. Okay, yes, I know everybody's trying to get right into the bottoms. It's very hard to get to it. It's very hard. So, and usually with such moves it's quite impossible. So yeah, that's we've found here. So the same, right, situation, that expectation continue the way down. Gold, here we go, guys, is exactly as I expected. Created a double top, right? So it detached 2070, where I told you sell limit 2070. Here we go. Dramatic jump, and started to pull back. So here's 2070, but with protection. Okay, with protection. Okay, to place this stop at break even. But as I told you, from 2070 it will be that pullback. So here we go. And it was dramatic jump, as you can see, guys. It was a big jump, and we touched it and turned around. So, and you're probably asking, so what's next? Where, how far it will go? Where actually to sell and hold it? So look, we were here, right? Remember, we were here, the previous video I did, and that's why I was telling you all of this move. I was explaining to you where I will be looking to sell and what I would do. And that's why I didn't do the video that the other week, because it was doing exactly as I was telling you, going from the levels, smashing the levels, doing the little bit of the pullbacks, and then continuing and reach 2070. Okay, so exactly what it's done. But now it's another thing to think where again to look for those sells, right? Buys. Like I'm saying again, buying is, with technical view, is quite dangerous, right? Because we are so already everywhere, overbought, oversold something. So here is like, it's quite overbought, but it's a big move. But look, they're creating the double bottom again. It's a double bottom. And so yes, my expectation that it might continue the way up. Okay, so I'm more towards that it will continue to go up. But like I'm saying, if you are in a sell, don't forget to protect your trade. Okay, because quite possibly it can reach, who knows, can reach wherever those numbers, 3000 for example. So now I'm going to explain to you how I see it, right? So how do I see it? So my expectation, so we got all of the tops, reached them. Last one was 2070, and you see that candle is not finished. Obviously it's not finished, it's a monthly. It's probably going to try to finish it. Of course, at the same time it might be just a big pin and then try to go back down, but I don't see it in the news. I don't see it in the news, and with all the news I see it continue the way up. But how far? So as you can see, I have one level is here, 2200 roughly, and now I'm going to explain to you how I'm calculating it. And so we have a triangle once again, right? So this is kind of triangle. Before it's created, we had this move. So you see, from top to bottom, we have 35,900, well, let's say 36,000 points, okay? So now we can calculate and see technically, right? Because right now we don't know where else, but we need to have something, and something is technical. We can calculate. So from here, let's say if we will have those 39,000 roughly, that's where it is, 2200. So that's where my number came from, okay? 2200 as a possible where it could be, it could reach that, okay? So it can reach this, and from here again it might turn around. So would I place my limit? I don't think so. I feel here I will be watching it, because the other thing is we have this huge move. Before all of this consolidation, this uncertainty created, we actually had this big move. And that big move through the years, right, was 88,000, well, even 89, let's say the round number is about 89,000 points, okay? So, and now, if we will take into the, it's not, it's on a weekly time frame, it's better, but as you can see, if from the bottom of the breakout we will go to 80 something, you can see the price, it's 70,000, we already have 2,500, okay? We have 2,500, and so that pretty much that it can go to about, well, I can't squeeze it, but you will, obviously you understand that 2,200 might not be enough. Okay, so all of this could go higher, up to 3,000. 2,500 up to 3,000. So it can easily go because of this huge move and that big triangle. So that's how it can go. It's gold, and it's panic, and no, it's not. I did previously, but I can't do it right now. I can't show it to you, but you can. There we go. So a bit more, and so if we will do those 89, right, from the bottom of that when it started to come out, and well, you can see slightly under 3,000. So yes, you can, at this moment we can say it could be reaching 2,700, but plus minus 3,000 would be about 12,000, 120,000 points, which easily could be, but below 3,000, yes, it could be slightly below 3,000. But let's say, I would say 3,000 is like top maximum at this moment. But with this, the point is, I'm telling you, up to 3,000, because as you can see, it could be not right from the bottom of this breakout of the, but from the breakout point. So if you put this from the breakout point, then you can have that number up to about 3,000 in that price. So something like this. So it's go once again. We do have 86,000, yes, and we are already moved from here 29,000, and so further up it could be that. So that's why here I have pointed as 2,200, just using that little move and expecting, okay, maybe it will have enough going just that move, and then maybe from here it would have enough, right, and would be trying to go back. But if here I was telling you, because it was the high, the top of the top, so here yes, but in here it's possible, but it's not limit from me. I will not be placing the limit orders. I'll be just seeing if it will go there, and then what. Okay, and then of course listen what's in the news. But the heavy ones, the heavy limit, sell limit order, quite possibly just to put somewhere maybe about that, around that area where it's 3,000, so maybe like 2,700, but with the, of course, keeping in mind that it could go higher, and but maybe a bit lower 3,000, because it might not get the round number. And so the expectation is, if it have a jump, right, unpredicted jump, and touch it and then turn around, okay, so then yes. But like I'm saying again, if the broker will let you to do it, okay, if it will let you to do it. But this is where only I would have been looking to place my pending sell order at this moment, only somewhere around, not too far, about 3,000. Okay, so that's how I would do it. So yeah, but to buy, as I'm saying, it's the point of looking and trying to catch a bigger long-term move. But as for buy, I'm saying be careful, need to be really careful. The same with the sell right now, no, okay, definitely no. Where I was telling you here is yes, with the protection now, but here is not. It's creating the double bottom, but we see, we saw, I was showing you here double top, so I told you do not right now rely on those patterns, okay, because they are not respected with the moment when there is a panic and the situations like we have now. So that's why, yes, it does look like it's a double bottom, so expectation can go up, but at the same time might not respect it, and as anything else, the market might still continue the way down, and then to find somewhere else to turn around. Okay, so that's why, for example, at this moment, let's just a little bit wait. Okay, a little bit wait. If you're in a straight, just a little bit wait what to do next, and where to get for a better options possibilities. So because it's already reached that 2070. Okay, so yeah, now we're going to oil. The same, all the tops were taken without any, as I was telling you, that's why I'm also telling you that the highest go, there is another one is still 147, which probably about go 150 is probably, I wouldn't be surprised that it will get to 150. And with oil also need to be like really careful, because for example, as I was telling you about those areas, that's what happened. Yes, you see they touched them and then had a pullbacks. Okay, but again, the candle, as you can see, the way the candle is created, also it does look more, it should continue the way up. Okay, so it does still look the way up. So I don't really really trade the oil at this moment. And just like I'm saying, like I was telling you, that I was looking at more where it would look going for sales, because jumping into something buys is quite dangerous also because of the situation, and anything can happen. So if that was the sell where I was telling you, quite possibly from here, right? Because you see the reaction of people, they smash in the previous tops and they go for the next top. So now there is nothing here, like, well, a little bit of the double bottom also, but it's a bit confusing if it could possibly be shoulder. This could be shoulder, also either double bottom or head and shoulders, and so of course it might actually have a drop. But again, do not trust the patterns. Right now I only trust them like 40% to those patterns, and that's why wherever is the news, and at this moment the news picture looks more that it should continue the way up. And so that's why next top is 147, but my expectation would be that possibly they will cover. So first, of course, I need to again cover that pin to go, right, take all of this and then go, and quite possibly at 150 it could be again a pullback. But like I'm saying, it depends what impact will be with this the worst situation, when completely cut of the oil, and who else is going to get the oil where. All of this, of course, needs to be listened what they're saying. So that's why, yes, for example, I would be seeing possibly it can jump, break out, and then it will have another pullback or something. You see the usual way of market movement. So that's why, for example, for sale somewhere, looking in those higher areas, and but not, of course, if you were here, protect yourself and now hold this, and to go for more sell or buy at this moment, I wouldn't do anything. I mean, I'm saying, yes, it's more looking towards, yes, we should all buy now, right? All those pictures like sell euro dollar, pound dollar, buy oil, buy gold. It all looks just like this with all the situation, but the technical tells us it's too much, so it has to turn at some point. It has to turn around. You see, guys, and the news in the world can be changing in any moment. That's why I'm saying to you, the best way for me, is I'm looking right now, is to jump into the trades against the market. Yes, and but with specific protection, and the move the stops. I'm just telling you this again. Be careful. Just want you to be careful. I want you to lose money with such hard times. We really need to be really careful. Okay. So that's my view. This moment is, if you're in a trade, you just sit with it. You protect yourself. To go for buy, a bit of risk. You can, like I'm saying, you can wait for those breakout points. Like, right, it's created here. You see, for me, it wouldn't be, because it's so confusing with this technical possibility with what is going on in the news. Who knows what else they're going to say tomorrow. Opening of the market, of course, you need to see, and then just look what else to do, because at this moment I would be just not doing anything with this. The same Bitcoin, guys. Expectation, we will get into this. Look how it treats the levels I draw, exactly touching my levels. You see, guys, it's exactly touching them. It's exactly walks, sits inside. You see, from here it went up, touched it, came back, and just sits in there. Sits previously touched, and not doing anything. It's right in the middle. So if you do some short terms, I wouldn't go for anything at that moment. I wouldn't go for anything until it started to break out one another side. There is no way to say where it will go. Yes, with the future of cryptocurrencies, of course, from here up. So like I was telling you, for the long term, I would buy, just sit on it, okay? And that's it. But for the short term, it's accumulating in here, and at some point it should break out. One another side, but with the positivity, I would be more towards, yes, going up, but who knows what else they're going to say. It can easily break down. So what my expectation is, guys, is technically it might sit a little bit longer in here. It might try to break, like do a false breakout, right? But go down a bit, collect those pins, or maybe even go further, but not breaking this level. Okay, just taking those bottoms, like fooling everyone, saying, oh yeah, we're going down now, everybody will start to sell, and then they suddenly turn you around. Okay, so I see at this moment those two scenarios. Okay, those two scenarios. One, we're sitting in here and eventually break out, continue the way up. And the second scenario, also we are sitting in here, we are trying to break down and taking those bottoms or going lower to this level, and maybe even like, you know, trying to go a little bit lower, but eventually going back and started to go up. The other game, the third game they can play is that, of course, jump, collect all of this, right? Then jump back and go down and collect all of this and then turn around. So pretty much three scenarios, but that's how I see those three scenarios, which could be worked out around. But if there is nothing dramatic, no bad news or anything, so for example, like I'm saying, I would buy and sit on it here. If it falls down, buy and sit on it on a long term, okay? And I wouldn't go for sell here because it's very low, and I wouldn't go for any sell. And at this moment in the news, right, particularly this moment, I don't know what's going to be tomorrow. There is nothing happening bad, no bad news. That's why it just looks like it's just a bit of the waiting of a little bit of that push, and to push Bitcoin, I would be still more towards push it up. So well, that's my own opinion. It's not influenced by anyone. And once again, I'm telling you guys, this is only for informational, for just information. Okay, it's just how would you say it? It's my personal opinion. Okay, so if you are making the decisions on any of this, it's all up to you. But you have to consult the professionals, because I'm telling you, I'm not professional. I'm only telling you what I think. Once again, and in this hard and difficult times, my most suggestion is just stay away. If you are not sure, you don't know what you're doing, just stay away, okay? Otherwise, it's all up to you, all your own risk. So that's it for now, guys. Of course, I wish you all happy trading, and of course, I wish all of us, guys, throughout the world, everywhere, I wish us all peace and no more wars, okay? So see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.